Hello everybody and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons! We got KK in the plaza. You know, right where you kind of want him to be. Yeah, I still don't really have much to talk about. Like, this has been a very boring week for me. I'm like, I don't feel it's really noteworthy enough to, like, talk about, like, what NVIDIA is up to. They apparently just had, like, this big, like, thing they did where they talked, like, server stuff, and, you know, they're gonna do various things involving AI, as if that's really a shock. Also, yes, my tongue is still sore. I really wish it would just stop already. So you're just a bit preoccupied, Hula. What you making? Making my specialty. It's thumbprint jam cookies. Yeah, you can have my recipe for them. Those are actually pretty good. If they're what I think they are. Let's see. Let's learn them. Let's get learning. Let's see. Basically, yeah. Okay. So it's basically like a shortbread / sugar cookie with just like a little, like, basically thumbprint down in the middle, and you put like a little scoop of jam. That's what they are. They're pretty tasty. Why am I suddenly gassy? I was not gassy before. Now I am. Oh god. I don't even know why my tongue is still like this. It's weird. Cool seeing you, Steven. Glad you're here. Let's talk. Ever since I was a kid, I have this bad habit of buying weird stuff I don't really want. Like, I was at this fair once, and I saw this huge model of an amoeba. Well, I couldn't help myself. For some reason, I just had to have it. Not even that into biology. Now it's just gathering dust in my parents' attic. It's probably gonna be there forever, you know? It is fair. I'm honestly thinking if it keeps up, my tongue keeps this up tomorrow, I'm just gonna, like, take a painkiller and see if that at least gets rid of the pain. Because that'd be nice. My tongue will probably still be slightly swollen, but at least then I won't be as cautious about moving it. Hey, Steven, I like running into you. Wanna chat? These clouds look like they're up to something. I don't trust them. Yeah, I don't trust them either. So, I want to do an island eval. Because my memory is crap. Absolutely crap. And I don't think we've had Harvey show up yet. I think it's Harvey. This guy's name. Harvey. Same thing. Steven, it's great to see you. I can help you today. Island evals. Right now it has a 3-star rating. Built solid reputation. Come up during mini a water cooler chit chat. Let me to read an excerpt from the feedback I gathered. Talking is one of 2 birds who've seen everything come and go from here. This place is going places. Keep up the good work. We'd love to need a second plane someday. Okay. Lacks appealing scenery. I mean... Okay. Because I should have Harv's Island. Because it should, from what I understand, and from what I've been being told, it should unlock before KK shows up. But I'm almost positive the only things I have going on down here at the Astera Airport is I want to fly, meaning go to other people. I want to use a Nook Miles ticket, and I want to go to work. Or I want to have people over. I'm going to check the I want to fly, just to see. Okay, I have to... Okay, he was already here once. Talking about the island Harvey lives on. Roger that, good buddy. Okay. So, I did have this the whole time and just completely forgot about it. My memory is crap. Okay. Now. Here we are. Hey man, how's it going? Hey, it's you. Made it to my island. Thanks for coming. Steven. Ooh. Sure is good to see you again. Steven. Yes, sirree. Good old Steven. Anyway, welcome to Harv's Island. Don't remember if I mentioned it before, but I run a photo studio here. Call it Phototopia, because it's like a paradise for picture taking. It's free to all, so come and use anytime. Okay. What are you waiting for? Head on into the studio, and so I'll tell you everything. Okay, you didn't tell me to go in, you just said what the island was for. Come on, Harv. I'm not that smart. You gotta lay things out for me. Okay, so this is like a fully fleshed out house. Got it. So you digging the Phototopia vibe? Pretty groovy, right? It's like my home away from home, you know? Well, or like my home that is my home, really. But hey, since you're here, let's capture the moment on film, huh? Got any questions about the studio? I'm all ears. Well, mostly ears. Some no's too. Tell me more. Really? That's great. Okay, you come to the right dog. Yes, sirree. Alright then, basically there's 3 things to worry about with pictures. The set, models, and wardrobe. In other words, arrange your space, gather the folks you want in the picture, and give them costumes. Once you master those three, taking the actual picture is easy. At least you're on Phototopia. Want to hear more details about set, models, and wardrobes? I think I'm pretty good. You sure are, and don't let anyone tell you any different. Well, feel free to use the studio anytime, bud. Okay, I'm gonna... Bam. I don't know if I need to actually take a picture in here, but bam. Photo taken. I've also now done a thing. What have I done? I've done this. My catalog is bigger. We're a legendary walk-in dictionary. Don't know how my catalog just got bigger, but it got bigger. Do like me a good big catalog. It's pretty nice. So, hey man. Hey, you, what's happening? Question about the studio? Nah, I'm good, I think. I should ask him how do I take pictures, just in case that isn't actually how you take pictures here. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm good. So that's basically like everything I need to do. Cool. So I should have a thing from him tomorrow. I was thinking that would be a separate option. It makes sense it would have been a separate option, but it does still make sense to... You know, back to Pear Town. Nah, it's Astera. Get it right. Ain't no Pear Town, Canada. We're Astera. I would laugh if Pear Town's actually a town in Canada. I wouldn't be surprised, if I'm honest. We have a lot of weird town names. A few of them in my own province. Now, let's get to our daily routine stuff. It's not really the morning, so we can't really call it a morning routine. We do have Cilantro up there to talk to. We got Sheldon here. Check me out. I'm going to catch the biggest, baddest fish in the island. Cardio. There is no shadows there, so you're gonna catch the smallest fish, if anything. But, yeah, that'll be nice. Hey, money rock right away. Neat. Really tried to think of things to, like, ramble about. I have progressed more in Monster Hunter today, but not by a huge amount. Not like Wilds, but Rise Sunbreak on my personal save on the Switch. Which I still have yet to get caught up to where I was on PC, but, you know, I've been having fun with it. So, you know. I'm probably actually gonna do Sunbreak as my alternate series. I don't know. To me, that feels like too much Monster Hunter. So maybe I'll do EDF World Brothers instead. I feel like that'll give me more motivation for actually playing that game. Because, like, I've been playing at it, I just haven't been playing much of it, because I don't really feel like I have much of a reason to. You lively, Steven. Me, just giving the old bones a rest. Yeah, you could do that, sitting at the KK concert. Because, like, I enjoy the game, it's just, like, there's definite quirks about it that, like, make it not as fun as other EDF games. Namely, just down to, like, getting weapons that you like can be quite difficult. And getting weapons that you like on characters with specials that you like is even more difficult. Like, I'm basically not a big fan of many of the assault rifles, especially the early ones. But I really like the Sombrero Brother because of his special being freaking amazing. It's basically just a big damage buff for everybody. So finding a weapon that I can use on him that I actually like to the point of actually continuing to use him, because that's his default weapon, is assault rifle. I believe it's assault rifle anyway. I was gonna say maybe it's shotgun, but no, it's definitely not shotgun, or else I'd probably still be using it. And that's without finding another Sombrero Brother, which increases the level of the Sombrero Brother, which then increases the weapons that he can use. But you need to find the right Sombrero Brother, because there's an alpha, beta, and gamma version of all of them. They all have slight differences to their stats. And it is... Oh, hey, this is like Frisk's sweater, isn't it? Hold on. That screams Frisk. I need to, like, double check this. Close. It's very close. I'm tempted to buy it for that exact reason. I know Nintendo wasn't working with Toby Fox at the time, but man, would it have been so cool if all of these had been, like, tied to one of the various, like, humans. And, like, so, like, this one would be Determination, this one, I'm gonna show how little I remember of which one's which. I can't remember any of the other sides of Determination. I know one was Love, and there's not enough here for all of them. But I think Love was, like, I don't remember. God, it's been too long. That's something I could do. Play Undertale. Though, maybe this is just a me thing. I feel like Undertale series are better when the person playing it doesn't already know what's going on. And because I already know the game, it kind of ruins it for a series. People tells you've been helping her out, modeling outfits and such. It means a lot to all of us that you do so much for our little family. Thanks so much, Steven. You're so welcome, Sable. But, yeah, like, I could do Undertale, but I also would not be able to do Undertale the way I generally do series because, like, I don't have it in me to do a genocide route. I just don't. I can't bring myself to do it. Hello, Gala. Hey there, Steven. Stay a while, Snorty. Let's talk. So glad I get to see you in your checkered sweater vest. Because you're rocking it. You know, it would go great with what you're wearing? A rubber half apron. Wouldn't that replace what I'm wearing? You deserve nice things, Snorty. Or was that pants? Okay, no, it's pants. Okay. I'm not sure about this one, Gala. I mean, color-wise it matches, but the blue drawstrings kind of ruin it. But I have definitely considered that. It's just like, I don't particularly have it in me to do that series, like, because I don't think it would be that entertaining. Because I don't want to explain too much about Undertale. Because I feel like it's a game that should really be experienced, and by, like, by talking about it, I'm kind of ruining it. It's kind of one of those games. Steven, why hello, so happy to see you this evening, darling. I want to chat. Are you all ready? Tomorrow morning, the Happy Home Academy is coming to evaluate your house. Tidying up, rearranging. If you have any last minute fixes to make and fussing to do, now's the time. Yeah, I don't do that. They're gonna either love it or hate it based on my new floor and wallpaper. Like, that's... and it's all on Sahara. Yeah, there's some games that people will say that with, where it's like, yeah, but does it really matter? Like, I've heard someone say that in regards to Final Fantasy VII, and they're like, man, the story is so good, it's like, amazing. It's like, it's not. You're a band of eco-terrorists fighting a genetically modified person with a genetically modified person who may or may not be related to this person in your party. That's about it. Greenhorn, I was hoping to run into you. It's the latest. You think it's fate we became such good friends? Me too! I didn't even answer you, my man, because I kinda don't. I think it was the game forced me to have you on my island, and then I talked to you a bunch. That's about it. But, like, it's... A lot of times I feel like people saying that are just copping out and just, they can't remember the story of the game. They just remember it being good. So they're like, oh, no, I can't spoil you on it because, like, it ruined the game. Like, and I will grant to a degree the story is about all Final Fantasy VII has going for it. So you take away the story for the most part and there's not much left. It was a neat idea, but as far as even PSX RPGs go, I wouldn't even say it's like top 5. You know, even though I know just that statement alone probably annoys a lot of Final Fantasy fans. Because they're like, how dare you not say 7 is the best game ever made? And it's like, it's not. I'm sorry, I'm being objective. I'm not being subjective here. Like, and even if I was trying to be subjective, Final Fantasy VI is better. So, you know, you found it, you found it! I made a DIY and got the stuff wrong, so I made this on accident. Man, I tell you, I'm all accidents today. Put this recipe in the bottle so someone else can make it too. You should try making it too. The DIY... D-A-I-H? Matryoshika, I already know how to make that. How do you make a Matryoshika doll by accident? Pinky! Hey there, my fabulous bestie. Thanks for chatting with me. Let's talk. Being outside when it's cloudy is actually kind of great. feels too dark when I'm indoors. It's very fair. But like, yeah, it's just one of those things where like I do understand that people really love Final Fantasy VII. For a lot of people, that was their introduction to the Final Fantasy series. Mostly because they were opening like gaming magazines back, you know, when it came out, and you know, which was 97, I believe. And they were seeing all these like fancy, flashy visuals, and it's like, man, that game looks amazing. Have to have it. And then they bought it. And they played it. And then because they'd probably never even played an RPG before, it was good. Because RPGs are good. Like, it's just how they tend to be. And like, I'll never say Final Fantasy VII is a bad game. It's just, it's not the best RPG ever made. It's not even the best Final Fantasy that had been made up until that point. You know, it's something I'll always probably poke at. I could actually probably just do a series on Final Fantasy VII. Whoops, wrong button. Blathers, I was taking a drink of coffee. I am aware, Blathers. Need to assess some fossils. Bam. Though I don't know if I'd have the sanity for that. Like, I have thought of a few things I could do that would be like kind of easy to do, but also I feel like aren't the best for video series. Like, I was like, oh, I could do like a Nuzlocke in video form. And then the thought in the back of my head is, okay, but how seriously would I take someone doing their first Nuzlocke? At least first, like, content Nuzlocke? In a video series where it's painfully easy to cheat. So even if I was really good at the Nuzlocke I choose to do, no one's gonna believe I actually did it legitimately. You know, because it's a video series. Like, so I feel like if I'm gonna do a Nuzlocke anything, it needs to be on stream. That way, people know I'm not cheating. Especially where I really want to, purely because, I got thinking of this again, because I saw a video talking about how basically one of the mainline Pokemon games is virtually impossible to Nuzlocke. Because of just how difficult it is, which is really funny when you stop and consider that it's a game that people have talked about being really easy. It's almost as if Pokemon games aren't actually all that easy when you're putting yourself through special conditions. But this game in question is one that I beat with a team of NU and lower Pokemon. That was my that was my goal going in. NU and lower. I couldn't use anything that was not NU or lower, so I didn't use my starter. My starter basically immediately got swapped out for a Slowpoke, because it was a pretty common encounter right nearby your starting house. Which basically tells me as long as I get that for this Nuzlocke, I win. That is Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Scene's not the scene till you make the scene, Steven. Okay, slap strings for you. I love that, my man. Cool, cool. Any requests? Nothing all fair for you. Just tell me how you're feeling and I'll groove on it. I'll leave it up to you, my man. Dealer's choice, huh? Cool. Got a slick one for you. Take a seat and we'll jam. I will indeed take a seat right next to Diva. Right on. I'm tuned up, ready to roll. It's a little mood for a little KK Bazaar. Should be pretty nice. I will be continuing to talk throughout this for DMCA reasons. Basically, I just need to create an audio jungle so that it does not become claimed. That's effectively how this works. Not that it is guaranteed to become claimed, but there's a pretty good chance it'll get claimed, so... Well, I say that. I've had it happen once, but I don't want to take that chance again. But yeah, like, that's the game I kind of want to start with, is either Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon. I'll probably go Ultra Moon, because that's the one I played. And, like... It's not an easy Pokemon game. I will fully acknowledge that. But at the same time, I feel like that's what would make it great for my first Nuzlocke. I'm totally not thinking of doing that just so if I do ace it first try, I can basically just be like, competitive player, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if I manage it. It is going to come down to some luck on what Pokemon you get. But like, Ultra Necrozma, the thing that makes that run so difficult, unless it gets a crit, can't do much of anything to a Slowbro. Like, that's what I'm thinking at the moment, is like, as long as I can get a Slowpoke early on and then not have it faint, I'm good. And like, I'm probably going to, like, I don't know what the difference between a Nuzlocke and a hardcore Nuzlocke is, but I get the feeling a hardcore Nuzlocke is just how I already play Pokemon games these days, of set battle, basically don't use items in battle. I already do that, you know, and not using items meaning like not using potions, revives, though you couldn't use revives, like not using potions, status healers. Like, the only time I've ever done that in like single player in the past like 4 games is when otherwise I would lose, which I should just take the L and go again, but you know, so it was a pretty nice one, and I could actually hear it pretty well. Jabuda Show. It's like unreal. Thanks for tuning you down my direction. You're welcome, KK. Now let's go sell stuff. Hey boys, ooh, you got a nice TV. That's a good sized TV. I know a lot of people would be like, what? That's absolutely tiny. And it's like, yeah. That, based on the size of the character, that looks to be about a 24-inch TV. But you want to know how I look at TVs? That's a cheap second monitor. And 24 inches is a pretty good size for a monitor. Like, that's something I can go on a bit of a ramble about. And if any of you guys have a monitor that is larger, I would be very interested to hear how your setup is laid out. Because, for a level of reference, my setup has my monitors if I'm sitting with like my stomach just about pressed against the front of my dining room table here. I can reach out, and I'm just shy of being able to touch the monitor. They're about 3 feet away when I'm sitting that close. Usually I sit a little further back, but that's how I set everything up, is so that my monitors are at least 3 feet away from me. And 24 inches is plenty big when you're that close to your screen. That's basically the safe distance to be from a monitor without causing any potential eye problems. So like, that's what I'm going for here. But like, I've heard of people using like 60, 80-inch 4K monitors, and like, how do you have that set up? Like, where is the rest of your computer set up in relative positioning to your monitor? Because like, I don't get it. I would not want to be playing a game and having to be going to like look around the screen, you know. I like being able to just move my eyes. You know, I can look at all four corners of my TV even with my head not completely facing it because my TV is 24 inches. It's actually a little further away. My monitor here, I can look at all four corners of the screen really easily because it's only 24 inches. Now, admittedly, again, I'm a little further away from it, but I can still do that when I'm sitting, you know, focus mode kind of thing. Like, I don't think I would ever want to have to literally crane my head to look at parts of my monitor. So, like, I don't get it. I don't know why people want monitors that big unless you have it positioned so far away that you're kind of negating the benefits? Like, if I could get a 24-inch, like, 4K monitor. I'm utterly failing at fishing today. I fished myself out. I may as well just catch bugs. Bugs are easy. There's also a chance that tarantulas will be around, so... Like, if I could find, like, a 24-inch 4K monitor that's not stupidly expensive, yeah, I'd probably pick one up. Because I imagine the visual quality on that screen would be pretty darn good. But once you're getting, like, if you go to double this size, you go to, like, a 48-inch 4K display. To get the same visual effect that I have now, you'd have to basically have it 6 feet away from you. At least relatively speaking, for it to take up the same relative space in your field of view. But now it's 6 feet away from you. You know, now it is decently far away. Or you could sit closer to it and actually be able to make out the finer detail of things. But now you're so close you have to crane your head. So, like, I'm really kind of curious how people have those setups going because I don't understand them. And I would like to. I like to understand things. And, like, to me it just doesn't make sense to, like, go through all of that effort, spend all that money on a high-end graphics card capable of powering a 4K display, and the 4K display to then effectively have a 1080p experience because you've just got the monitor so far away from yourself that everything's gonna look muddy and blurry and not very good, and probably actually worse than if you just bought a 1080p display. That's without even getting into, like, my monitor is 165 hertz, meaning it can display 165 frames per second, basically. So my monitor is capable of a much smoother playback experience than a, say, 60 hertz 4K display. It's coming back. I was really trying to do that, but I really need to just, like, put this on a thing. Darn it! Get back here! I want you, you're worth a lot. There we go. So, like, that's kind of where I'm also coming from, of, like, 1080p monitors have gotten pretty cheap and pretty good for that price. Like, and I would personally rather have a high frame rate / refresh rate experience over a higher resolution one. Like, It was very, very noticeable back in the day, going from using our old family computer, which had a like 100 and something hertz CRT monitor, to my first laptop, which was a 60 hertz display that admittedly was, actually no, I think my initial one was 720p, but was still like 60 hertz display. It was visually noticeable that, like, even though it was an arguably better display, it was a lower frame rate display, lower refresh rate display, and you could tell. Those old CRT monitors were really freaking good. I kind of hate that we've moved away from them because they were so good. They were just square and heavy. Very heavy. But that's part of their charm, is being stupidly heavy. If you don't like that charm, then you don't like the monitor. Problem solved. Just don't like the monitor. A what? Monstera? That ain't no Monstera. It's a plant. It can live there. It just lives there now. They want more decorations, so there they go. There's decorations. Just trying to find bees at this point. But like, I keep saying like today. Yeah, I would be very interested to know if any of you guys watching have like a big monitor display, or like a big 4K monitor or something along those lines. Like, I'd be very curious to know, because I cannot visually make sense of how a setup like that would work. Just because, like, well, if your monitor and stuff is really far away, then your desk and stuff ain't gonna be at your monitor, which is gonna make it, like, really annoying, wouldn't it? If your monitor ever turned off. Ugh, I hate you, spider. I hate this thing. Did that say yes? Oh, please tell me I've already donated one of those. I hope I have. I'm gonna have to go check now. Oh, I hate those things so much. Well, let's come buy a new bug net. I honestly think I hate those more than the tarantula. I forgot they would be in the trees. No. I mean, other things look interesting, I just don't need them right now. I will say, I also have done a test recording of doing Terraria. I'm not overly sure of how it's going to work out as a series. Because, like, it basically is just a case of where I'm already doubting it. It's probably not going to work out all that great for a series, because I'm already doubting it. And if I start doubting the series, then it's not going to record as great, because I'm kind of doubting it. I'm going to be overthinking things. It is new. Blathers, I'm right here with you on this one. Eek, a spider. What a wretched thing. Alas, I'm obliged to ask, would you like to learn more about this specimen? Please tell. Ah, I see. In that case, the spider is renowned for having 8 eyes and 8 legs, which is 6 too many, I say. Oh dear, I do apologize. Now where was I? Most spiders are carnivorous. In fact, some will eat creatures several times larger than themselves. To catch their prey, many of these ruthless predators spin sticky webs of surprising strength. Worse yet, they've been known to ambush their victims. Some even chase down their meals. All this to talk about feeding habits of spiders. I'm feeling quite queasy. Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you, my man. I mean, I'd be pretty fine if you wanted to just chuck her into an incinerator. I'd be okay with that. I would be very okay with that. I am feeling like that's probably about the place to end today, though. I am gonna, like, obviously I'm gonna still be working on what I'm going to be doing for next series. I really should have been putting more thought into this sooner, so I could have had it ready by now, but let's plop ourselves down here next to Diva and let KK play us out today. So with that, I thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you back here tomorrow as we make another bad financial decision. It's just what we do. See you all then. And now in this end card, I'd like to ask if you liked the video, hey, could you hit the like button? And if you're not subscribed, could you maybe subscribe? Would help me out a lot. Thanks a bunch.